Yeah. All right. Welcome back to the Power Breakfast Show. And as we told you, and as we've been telling you from yesterday's day, we have very special guests who are joining us here today, and we are very excited. For both these guests, I must say, it is quite an honor to be able to interview them. So I'm going to introduce them. So I'll start with Bishop Martin Lawrence Winans. He is, I got all your names. He's an American gospel singer. He's a member, of course, the musical Winans family. He's also known for his current role in Tyler Perry's House of Pain. He's joining us today.
I'm known for that.
Yes, you're known for that. And of course, Donald Andrew McClurkin.
You got his name right. My name is Marvin.
Marvin. Sorry, Marvin. Right?
Andrew is Andy.
Andy. All right, Andy. So he, of course, he's won 3 Grammys, 10 Stellars, 2 BET Awards. The list goes on. An amazing musician, and he's won 6 Grammys.
Yeah, he's trying to catch up.
So he still has like a lot more to come. 3 more to go. So work hard.
He's creeping.
Work hard, Andy. All right. So welcome, gentlemen, and welcome, of course, to Citizen TV, and welcome to Kenya. So how is it so far? Let's start there. How is the Kenyan experience?
This is my first time to Kenya, and the traffic.
Welcome.
Yeah, you
have been properly inducted. Welcome.
Now, explain to me how the speed limit is like 50 kilometers. Why?
Yeah, we've been trying to get that answer ourselves as well. So hopefully now, this is really good because from an outsider's perspective.
Now that I've raised the question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now that is good.
It's beautiful. It's my first time, and everyone has been so kind and hospitable, and I'm just happy to be here.
Awesome. What about you, Donnie?
It's my 3rd time here.
Yeah, 3rd time, yeah.
And it never ceases to amaze me. It's just a wonderful landscape. People are wonderful here. You know, like you were saying, the traffic, that's another story.
You just got to start 2 hours early.
Really,
yes,
you do.
Yeah. So that is a message to everybody who's watching. Start your journey 2 hours early.
2 hours early.
2 hours early.
We're going to tonight. We're here to be at KCC Parkland.
JCC Parkland.
JCC. Yeah, I was in KCC in Durban. I've been around Africa, but we'll be at JCC Parklands with Bishop Allen tonight. Leave early. Does the traffic happen like that at night?
No, at night it's okay.
It's okay?
At night it's okay. But you still have to be there early. I'm sure everybody will get you in there early as well. Okay, so of course, let me just get something out of the way because my mom said hi. Let me just get out of the way so that I'm safe when I go back home. So the first question, though, is for those who are watching, and maybe this is the first time they're probably either hearing about you or seeing you guys here in Kenya. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. So we'll start with yourself.
My mother and father met in a choir when they were actually 12 and 14.
Wow.
And each of their mothers were in a choir.
Okay.
And my mother was very musically inclined and played and all that. But my father was more mischievous, and his mother didn't want to leave him at home. So he had to come to the choir rehearsal, and from that they fell in love and kept falling in love till they had 10 children.
Wow.
And they had 7 boys straight and then 3 girls on the end. And so a lot of people know BB and Cece.
Right.
Well, BB is the baby boy and Cece is the first girl. And so but the Winans, which was Ronald, Carvin, Marvin, and Michael, and then Daniel was a solo act, BB and Cece, and then Debbie and Angie. So pretty much all of our family does sing and are musically inclined. And we grew up in Detroit. We grew up in Motown, and the Lord just began to give me to write songs and anointed us to write and sing, and that's what we've done. And you know, He has brought us from a long way off, and then we had the opportunity to meet this great young man, and he moved to Detroit and became a part of our family, literally a part of our family. And then he's gone to take the world by storm. So we're very, very proud of him.
Right. What about you, Don?
Well, it's not as interesting as his, you know, but I come from regular family in New York.
10.
Yeah. My mom and dad had 10 kids too.
Okay.
And it was a musical home. My mom played. My dad thought he could play and sing. He really couldn't.
Yeah.
God bless his heart. My mom was, she was a singer from her teens, and she even got offered a recording contract when she was 15 years old. But the church wouldn't let her do it. And she was from Harlem, New York, where Ella Fitzgerald and Duke Ellington and all of them, she would go and sit in front of the Cotton Club and watch them. They'd throw pennies out and for the kids. And so my mother was really, everybody in our family had to be musically inclined. We had to sit around the bed during thunderstorms and learn how to clap in time and do the double clap, teach us 3-part harmony. And my first solo, I was 4 years old.
4 years old. Okay.
And they stood me on the offering table, and I sang, I had a talk with God last night. And from there, the rest is history. I just became a star. Just a star.
From that time.
Oh, man, it was a rough road. But honestly, everything, God put us together in such a way, we were talking about it last night at the table, in such a way that it was totally divine. And had God not put us together, you wouldn't see me or know me at all. And I say that honestly. When God sets things in order, it's all orchestrated so perfectly. It's a divine symphony. And that's how we came about.
Right, so it goes back to about 1989 when you met and you...
No, we actually met in 82.
82, okay.
And we were... I was writing songs for, and we did a play on Broadway. It was like the first gospel show on Broadway. In 87.
Okay.
And Pastor McClurkin, who I met through the Winans family, did a Winans weekend, is what it was called, in New York, and he came and sang and just killed the place. And after that, we stayed in touch. And
so how important is that? Because from 1989 until now, and I mean, like you said, he's just taking over, and he's a star. Like
he's a star for real. He might have been playing, but he
So
you can't go anywhere. I was actually we were in we had to minister in Amsterdam, and so the next day, since I was in Europe, I hadn't been on a vacation. This is a couple of years ago, and I said, well, I'm gonna go to Barcelona, and I went to Spain, and he said, I'm coming too. So I said, okay, right. And so my musician and I, we went to Barcelona and went to Madrid, and sure enough, he comes, and I said, let's go get something to eat. And we're walking down, it's at night.
10 o'clock at night.
At night in Barcelona.
on the shore.
On the shore. We're trying to find a restaurant. And we're walking, and all of a sudden these people come out over there. They ran. They looked at him. He's Donnie Mclurkin. He ran back, went and got some more people. I told him, I said, man, let's come on.
And he left me.
Oh, yeah. He's an international, Willis. He's an international.
He left me at 10 o'clock on a dark beach with no lights. With people around me, then they were giving out invitations to an adult club.
I said, I can't be a part of a scandal.
That was very interesting. So I was going to ask, how important is it? Because he was in your church now. He has his church, so perfecting faith, and how important is it for somebody to have like a mentor in both, I mean, in the gospel and just in life in general?
In life, period. You want people, and you want to stay connected. What we are is because of where we come from. Each of us are standing on the shoulders of someone else. And the problem I have with millennials is that they're so self-centered. One psychologist called them pseudo-narcissistic because they think it started and it ended with them. And they do themselves a disservice when you disconnect yourself from your life source. The Bible says that he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, because the nourishment is coming out of the river into the branches. And so it's very important for us to stay connected. We've been friends for 30 years plus, and you need folk that knew you then, know you now, able to keep you grounded, but are unafraid to celebrate where you are. We sit back and we're very proud of Pastor Donnie Mclurkin, and we don't have to be mentioned in order to enjoy him. But if something going astray or awry, I'll pick up the phone to Pastor Donnie, and we'll work that out.
I know if I get a call, I did something wrong. It used to be when I lived in Detroit, he'd say, "Take a ride with me." Now, if he said take a ride, I was in trouble. And the crazy thing is, he and I are just a year and a half apart. But you ask the question, how important is it to be mentored? It is so important. We have been best friends. His father was my father. His mother is my mother. His brothers are my brothers. His sisters, and literally, we're like, I can go over to CC's house today. But out of all the friendship we've had, when it comes time for the true investment, he becomes Pastor Winans. He becomes mentor, and you've got to know how to switch hats, because what he has, what God's given him to instill in me, is so important that you don't want to miss it, and you don't want to disrespect it. You got to know who it is and have no fear.
And it is, you know, when you really love someone, when you really are united. You know, it doesn't mean that you agree on everything. For instance, while he was talking, I thought about, he could go over CC's house, where when after the great gospel legend Andre Crouch passed, they asked us to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and to sing. They had an Andre Crouch night, and so you know, CC's the big star, Donnie's the big star, and I was just going to sing "Let the Church Say Amen," my contribution. And so what's so funny is that CC actually was the first act between us, and the competition is real.
It's very real.
You gotta come with it. So CC goes out, and CC, who, I can really say we trained. My brother Ronald and I trained BB and CC how to sing. So if she doesn't give us credit, tell her I know the real story. So she's getting ready to go out on stage. I said, "All right, CC, don't better come with it, because we coming after you." All right. And so she really sings, right? The people are going crazy. And then Pastor McClurkin, Donnie, is next, and they go to screaming. Now, when I come on, they're a little subdued, but the point that I'm making is that I look on stage, and CC and Donnie are now my background singers. I didn't ask them to be my background singers, but they're on stage, and we're
because what he's not telling you is he knows how to work the crowd so that it made us say, we got to get out there, because he's taking all the shine. So I said, CC, please hit me and said, "Donnie, he's working this crowd." And she said, "Oh my God, I can't stand him. He's working this crowd." I said, "We got to get out here, because we're not going to let him just take this from us."
I didn't know that. I was on stage. Just trying to be humble before the Lord.
That's how we are. We enjoy this. This is so...
And we enjoy one another, genuinely. See, if you are connected, and I say this, you have to be able to celebrate one another. What is so sad is that we think we have to replace someone, or we have to, get what they have, when all you have to do, whether it's politically, educationally, whether it's an artist, whether it's a painter, if you learn how to appreciate one another, there's room for everybody. you know, and I can never be Willis.
Right.
You know, and Willis doesn't have to try to be me. When you understand and have a sense of purpose, then there's never any need for jealousy. You know, every time he sings, everything that he does, I thank God for it, because he's the one that has to go through the labor. I'm just the one that has the privilege to enjoy it.
Because he put the labor in beforehand. And you know, I don't like taking center stage. I really don't. I'm a team player. I love being a part of a group effort. And he pushed me. I mean, he and his brother BB pushed me out into the foreground, because my thing was, I'm good. But they caused you need somebody to cause you to see a greater portion of who you are. And he was the first one to introduce me to international ministry. And that's a story all by itself.
Yeah, he's really international. He's really international. Now, what you have to understand, the reason he's laughing is because we were just talking. And we were talking about it. He was just saying, "Oh man, I can't wait to go to London.
Nobody knew my name.
I want to go to this place." And I said, "Donnie, you never been out of the country?" "No." I said, "We're going to make you an international singer today." Now, we're from Detroit. He's living in Detroit.
Can I tell you the truth? He didn't say that.
No, I didn't say that.
He said,
I said, get in the car. That's what I said. I said, get in the car.
And
so
let's go.
Me, Ronald, Cindy, Nene, Ronald and Cindy, and Donnie, we got in the car. We drove. What you have to understand is you can stand in Detroit, look across the river, and see Canada. So we got in the car, drove underneath the tunnel, came up on the other side, went to this park called Jackson Park. It's a beautiful park. We got out of the car, and we said, "Donnie, sing something." He said, no. I said, "No, sing.
He is being so nice with this.
That's exactly what
I'm on Kenya TV. I'm on Citizen Television. And so he sang. We sung with him, back look. He sung. I said, "All right, now get in the car. You're an international singer."
But does he do that a lot? Like you said, when you wanted to go to Barcelona, he said, "I'm coming too." Did he do that for Kenya as well? Did you say, "Hey, I want to come too"?
This whole African trip.
Actually.
You just said, "Let me come."
Pastor Ronnie, Bishop Ronnie said, "I'm going to go and spend most of March in Africa."
Okay.
So that's not even a thought. That means I got to look at my schedule, and I got to make sure that I'm there, because you know, it's a connection. It's just an inexplicable connection. And when people see Donnie Mclurkin, you know, they see me standing in the foreground, but they don't realize that there's such an unbreakable bond that happened divinely, that can't be broken or cut asunder between his ministry, my ministry, his family, my family, him and I. That's something that I don't take lightly. So if he says he's going, well, I want it to be so that whatever venture he's into, he knows that his brother, his friend, his son in the gospel is right there with him.
So let's talk about the music. I mean, you have Who Would Have Thought, which is really...
Let me tell this.
Yes. How did that come?
I'm going to be in trouble.
No, let me tell
How did that song come?
I had a recording deal.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you my version.
and we used to sing this song. Who would have thought? We sang with Ron Juan's family.
That's when it first came out. He recorded it. Ronald, my late brother, had records that he would do. Ron Juan, his family and friends. That's where he first recorded "Stand."
Right.
Okay. So he had another song entitled "Who'd Have Thought." My baby sister Debbie led the song on the record. All right. So I'm teaching in our Bible class, and Donnie happens to show up. He started the church. He's gone. He's back in New York, but he showed up again, like you talked about. Staying
No, I hadn't started yet.
I hadn't started yet.
I'd started the once a month service.
Right. Okay. So he was at Bible class, And so when I finished teaching the lesson, who thought I'd love you this
for offering, you know,
for offering, and you know, and we would do it every week. Then the next thing I know, I'm doing a recording. So I say, Pastor Martin, come on, let's do Who Would Have Thought. I'm doing live in London because my mentor Andre Crouch did a live in London in '78. So my thing is, I got to do a live in London.
Right.
I said, come on, let's do now let me show you the connection. Andre Crouch was actually the person that founded the Wine.
Right. Right.
We did a live at Carnegie Hall because Andre had done a live at Carnegie Hall.
So you're following in the footsteps.
Yeah.
Literally.
Again, connected.
And we had so much in common that we didn't know about until really our lives melded. So I'm saying, let's go to London. I don't want to go to London. I don't want to. I'm saying, come on, let's just do it.
Because I'm like, Donnie, you know, when you sing with Donnie, he's going to start right here, then he's going to go into the stratosphere that very few men have gone before. I'm not going up there.
And no, he doesn't go up there. What he does is he waits for you to do it, and then he goes, oh, and makes it real smooth, and makes everybody sit back and say,
you want to do a little bit of Who Would Have Thought?
Just a little bit. No. And when we did, I'm begging him, come to rehearsal. I'm not coming to rehearsal. Pastor, please, this is my first time doing a concert in London. Come to rehearsal. Now, Donnie, we do it in church all the time. We know. We get there. We sit in the room, try to go over a little something. I'm supposed to start with, heard folk talk about the things you do. I was supposed to start that. I was talking too much. He said, you talking too much. Heard folk talk, and took my line. And I'm standing there listening, and I just laugh. And that's when I came and said, laugh at what they say as to tell them that's my line.
That's my line, right.
And everything you heard was non-rehearsed.
Wow. It was spontaneous. Especially when he went into the Jamaica, and he didn't do that when we rehearsed that. I don't speak patois. And
but see, in England, the majority of the black people there are either Nigerian or from Jamaica. Okay. And so the majority of people in there, so we're competitive. And he's got the Winans name, he's got the Winans flair. So my thing is, I'm gonna put Jamaica on.
And he went, and he
jumped right into the Jamaica.
You ain't gonna leave me on that train.
It was literally just something that happened because we were so connected.
Right.
I can't emphasize enough to everybody that's watching, to you.
The camera's over there.
Hi. I can't emphasize the importance of having somebody that can see the real you, help develop this, and push you forward. Because what happened is, all he did was put me on his shoulders. And that's how you grew. This is what God told me to do.
If you talk about like the gospel industry, there's a lot of, sometimes there's, is it perceived, or if it's there or not, a lot of competition. I don't know how it is in the US, but sometimes even here there's so much competition until sometimes it's good to compete so that the quality goes up.
Exactly.
But then sometimes it gets to be, I don't want.
Let me give you an example of you can only be who you are. You know, and that's when you have to learn how to appreciate who you are. I'm not going to call names, but we were in Detroit, and there was this star-studded. I mean, everybody.
Who's everybody?
It was amazing, and so. They had planned, and this is many, many years ago, they had planned for the Winans to close the show. And so Ronald and I, we would go downstairs and check out who's singing, because I'm a fan of this one and I'm a fan of that one, and we want to see what's going on. So I went downstairs, and it was on a Sunday evening. And I went downstairs and was wondering why the show wasn't starting. And I saw the promoter, and he was talking to someone, and he said, he called the name of the group. He said, they don't want to go on first. And then he said, and they not here yet. Or they not. And I walked up to him and I said, excuse me, do y'all need somebody to go on first? And he looked kind of, I said, the Winans are going? He looked so relieved. He said, for real? I said, yeah. He said, "You'll do this?" I ran upstairs, told the fellas, "Gear it up. We getting ready to go on first." They just followed me because there was no ego.
Right.
Now, it's going to be problems for you to follow what we lead.
Yeah.
But we don't have a problem with that. And you're right. There is competition and it's not healthy.
Right.
Now, as we shared, we are the most competitive people. Folk ask about the whining. There is the sense of competition, but there's never the sense of jealousy.
Right.
CeCe will call me, "I need you to do on this record." BB will call me, "Come do this record." Daniel will call me, and all of us will come in. And now when we get there, like the BB and CeCe record, their first record, "Loves it not so." Well, that's the whinings in the background. And we went in there, and when we got there, you know, of course they weren't paying us, but when we got there, the competition was, y'all get ready to get a bed that y'all never had before. We're going to show y'all how to do background.
Right.
And we went in there. We laid it. We laid it. Now y'all go on to take that.
Yeah.
But the competition is never detrimental. It's always lifting each other up. As he'll always say, "I ain't no easy kill." And we'll be like, "Okay, this getting ready to come at you. We happy you had that nice record, Donnie, but we got another one coming at you."
Right.
Yeah, I mean, give me a telephone call. Him and his brother Ronald, we're about to put you out of business. and those are the kind of things that make it exciting, fun. It makes you bring your
best game.
Your best game.
Because you know that there are some people waiting in the wings. We're all candid.
Right.
We're all candid. And we won't go into the true level of candor. But it makes you excellent at what you do. Now, competition, when there's jealousy or envy, that makes it a volatile, angry, bitter kind of thing, and it's for enemies.
Right.
It's not for people who are friends.
Right.
And we've seen that on the road. Winans, we've had such a glorious career and acceptance in all levels. We were doing shows with non-gospel people, and we would go do our sound checks, and person who will remain nameless was mad. They tried to turn our sound down. And all of it, you can't stop, and told their band, "Y'all better not let that." I mean, they were mad.
Right.
What can I say? But that's unhealthy.
Right.
That's unhealthy. But to learn from you, to learn from him, to learn, whether it's not just musical, it's in business, it's in whatever you do in life. You want people around you that are better than you.
Yeah.
You really do.
Right.
So you can have something to reach for. And if ever you think you're the best, then that's a lonely place to be.
Right.
You know?
And it's not real.
Right. Okay.
It's not real.
Yeah.
Everything that we do, you've got to have that level of appreciation for other people's things, because you're going to learn from it.
Right.
You're going to absolutely learn from it. And I've learned so much in this journey that it's unbelievable. What was it? When did you do the song with Anita?
Ain't No Need to Worry?
Yeah.
1987.
Yeah. And that was the thing. The Winans and Anita Baker. And ain't no need to worry. Well, I've always loved that song. I was never a Winans fan.
Right.
I was a BB and CeCe fan. Yeah. You know, the Winans.
Yeah.
But that song was
some people like Diamond, some like Rubik's Zirconia. What is that? Rubik's Zirconia. What is this then?
Yes. Yeah, Zirconia.
Zirconia.
Yeah. But that song, I love that song. Not knowing that some 20 years later, 30 years later, I'd have to sing the very song with Anita Baker on the television show. And I was so much better. I was better.
You know what I'm saying? And to understand that song, I had written that song, and Anita Baker was not supposed to sing, because at the time that I wrote it, I didn't know Anita Baker. You know who was supposed to sing that song?
No.
Whitney Houston.
Wow.
The Winans were in concert in Perth Amboy, New Jersey, and Whitney came down, and I was just finished writing it, and I would do that in our concerts. I would sing songs that I had just written, and Nip came down, and I said, "Come on up here," and she tore that song apart. And so she said, "I'm gonna sing with you." We said, "Okay." But her contractual and all that stuff, Clive Davis and them, I don't mind calling his name, he wouldn't let her sing with us. And so we said, Nip, our record is coming out. You got to. And she said, "Okay, just hold on. I'm working on it." And I met Anita, and I didn't know Anita. I just heard her song, "Caught Up in the Rapture." It was "Caught Up in the Rapture," which was written by my cousin Gary Glenn, and I met her in the airport, and I had just saw a picture of her in the Ebony magazine, and she was standing there, and I looked and said, "Wow, you look like Anita Baker." And she said, "I'm Anita Late Baker," and she said, because she was late for a flight, and I said, "Oh, hi, I'm Marvin Winans." And when she went like that, when I said, "Hi, I'm Marvin Winans," she said, "Oh my God!" I said, "Quit playing me, stop." She said, "No, I wanted you guys," because she's from Detroit. "I wanted you guys to sing on my record," but she said, "I knew y'all were too clean to do it." She said, "I just knew the sound y'all would." I said, "But we can have you sing on ours." And she said, "Okay." And the song she wanted to sing was, "If you love me, why won't you give me you?" I still may call her when I get back. Now it's time to do that one. But it was a wonderful experience, and again, just lifting one another up, just understanding the talent that you bring.
All right, so of course, well, we could keep talking forever.
We
but,
could.
You know, we're running out of time, so we just want, where will you guys, again, just for the benefit of the viewers who maybe just tuned in, where you guys
more
going to be
to say it.
tonight?
We're going to be
what can people expect as well?
Well, we're going to be at JCC Parklands, with Bishop and the First Lady, Kiuna. Right. Yes, we'll get it right sooner or later. Kiuna. And remember when they were wonderful last night. They hosted us, and absolutely wonderful people. What you can expect tonight is there's some of the greatest ministry that's come to Kenya. Now, I love preaching. This guy right here. He's going to speak tonight. We're going to sing tonight, and really, it's going to be based on what God leads him to do. Because God's anointed his life.
Leave 2 hours early. Now, service starts at 10 at night, so there's no excuse. Everybody
so you need to leave 2 hours early. So be said by 8 o'clock.
Yes.
All right, so you heard it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brother Willis, and hi, Mom. Willis' mom.
There you go.
Hi, Mom.
What's her name?
Ruth.
Hi, Ruth. Hi, Mother Ruth. Hi.
Thank you so much. I'm out of trouble. That is my get out of jail card. So long. Really back on that. So again, thank you guys so much for coming. And remember today night, as I said, GCC Parklands is a place to be. They'll be there. It's called One Night with Bishop Marvin Winans, and also Donnie Mclurkin will be there as well. So like they said, leave 2 hours early and get there on time so that you can experience wonderful ministration. So what we're going to do is we have a couple of their songs queued up, and we're going to wind up this interview with that. Don't go too far though. Keep talking to us. The hashtag to use is Power Breakfast on Twitter. The SMS number is still 22422. We have another set of guests coming up. Those who went from the digital and now on mainstream. We have J.Mo Yulim, Jagush. All these people are coming, and you're going to enjoy it. So for now though, let's listen to their beautiful music. Good morning.
Is the Lord God Almighty. The whole earth is filled with His goodness. He is holy, He is high, He is set apart. So we sing to Him.
Holy.
your voice and say, holy and hallowed God, sacred and sovereign Savior, righteous and redeeming God, worthy of all the glory, worthy of all the praise. We will bow before you. Raise your voice and shout. Somebody worship Him.
They disappear. I tried to let it go, but I guess you just don't want to know. And if I had a dime for every time I tried to call your name, tell me I'd be well be. When I learned that I could cope, well, I discovered I could make it. Nights so long and cold, so cold, you don't know how cold. I discovered I could take it. Now I wouldn't change a thing. No. Not for the knowledge that I've gained. just dropped off of me, but you just don't. I tried to tell you, I tried to show you, but let me tell you how I feel right now. I want you to know that I'm over. You can't hurt me no more, 'cause I'm over it now. Anybody feel like I feel? Stay with me, that I'm over it now. I'm over it now. Yes, I am. Say it again. But I'm over, that I'm over. Well, yeah, over it now. I can't say how, but I'm over it right now. Yeah, I want you to know how I feel. That I'm a long way from where I used